Cardiff, the capital city in Wales, is home to 350,000 people, and there is a serious disparity of health and wealth in that number. Cardiff Business School is working to narrow that gap by collaborating with people in the community to increase well-being and improve lives. But as Jonathan Gibson reports, that support doesn't end on the streets of Cardiff.
Sometimes delivering real change means weeding out old approaches, and at Cardiff Business School, students are already thinking differently. Of course, recent events have focused all of our minds. And a global problem turned into a crisis involving all of us. But just as a coronavirus vaccine promises to deliver public value through a combination of economic and social benefits, changing our approach to business can do as well. And at Cardiff Business School, delivering public value is now a core value.
As a business school, we try to deliver social value, so make a societal contribution as well as an economic value too. And in terms of that economic value, we want to make sure, I think, that we focus on developing with others an economy that is sustainable, that is inclusive, that is fair. So it's a particular kind of economic value that we want to encourage. Cardiff is a small city, in relative terms, but there's actually quite a horrific life expectancy gap between North and South Cardiff, for example. As a business school, we should be concerned about that kind of problem.
It's a message that resonates at the heart of government.
On becoming the Minister for Education, I challenged our university sector to rediscover its sense of civic mission and to use that power not only to transform the lives of the individuals who go to the university, but actually the area in which that university sits. And Cardiff Business School is a classic example of that, working with local businesses to expand and to develop their skills, their entrepreneurship.
My name's Yaina Samuels, and I'm a public value entrepreneur in residence at Cardiff Business School.
Former heroin addict Yaina founded her own social enterprise to help others dealing with addiction. Now she's drawing on her own experience to help business students connect with communities.
I wanted a business that would support people in the community, at the same time helping them to acquire skills, at the same time breaking down the stigma attached to people with addictions, and at the same time delivering some kind of service to the wider community and businesses. Public value to me means about reaching out to the community and embracing the community, researching, learning what their needs are, and then putting that into some kind of practice or policy.
Professor Kelvin Jones says working with Yaina is helping his students to get a better understanding of business in the community.
We've stopped trying to do research at people and try to do research with people on things that they care about, not just what we care about. So when we looked at our public value strategy, we didn't invent this from buzzwords. What we did is we sat down with all our staff, external stakeholders, and particularly people who maybe never would have had a chance to influence a business school before. So what we're trying to say is, as a business school, we can have our roots in the community, but our branches really reach up to the global level.
Like the work it's doing in India, talking to garment workers involved in the global supply chain.
The one voice that's very often missing when we talk about labour rights is the workers' voice. We developed the idea that it would be good to put together a bank of evidence to illuminate the areas of academic and practitioner inquiry that we're trying to focus on in terms of workers' rights at the bottom of a very competitive global supply chain.
And by collaborating with a local non-governmental organisation, it's getting the shop floor perspective.
It's extremely important, that workers themselves are heard. And this project gives an opportunity for the ideas from workers, the experience of workers to flow up. Rigorous research is worth 100 speeches, like we can go on talking about things, but then a publication in a journal from a credible institution talks a lot. It's taken very seriously by policymakers and state players.
So whether it's through global collaborations or local links. That social interaction, that social purpose is really key to this relationship.
It's crucial. It's what the work is all about. It's about removing the barriers and building the bridge to connect the university with the communities.
A model for economic development which also delivers social improvement to tackle many of the challenges facing contemporary society.